Hello everyone. I'm Tamer Al-Khasira. I'm from Gaza. 3 days ago, I just want to talk about a little bit about my life in Gaza. I stayed there in Gaza 5 days during the war. I didn't think I would be alive right now or injured. Or not injured. They were pumping and you didn't know where and you did die. We were hearing voices and receiving sharpened. We were at home without food, water, electricity, internet, everything. Nothing. People were asking for help in the street. For help in the street while they were injured. But imagine your child or your family being under the rubble, and there is nothing you can do. To be here today is a miracle in itself. I was brought to death 3 times. 3 times describes what happens in Gaza can be in one sentences. Death is everywhere. Yes, everywhere. In your bed, in your house, in your school, in your hospital, everywhere. My life won't be enough to describe what happened. My words and my feeling cannot explain what's inside me. Last words, my family is still there. Dad and mom and son and brother, and sister and their children. My only request is to always remember Gaza. Stay engaged. Gaza needs to help, to your help. Gaza needs to your help. Justin Trudeau, wake up. That's enough. And thank you so much.
I can't believe I'm here speaking next to my dad. I thought I would never see him again or hear his voice. I'm really glad that he's here with us. But I'm still worried about my family back in Gaza. I don't know if they're alive right now or not. Because I really want to see the... Okay. I'm not going to talk about the house bombing because it was happening from like several years. They were bombing over the innocent people since 1948. It didn't just happen right now. But in this war, they were bombing hospitals, mosques, schools. They were also using illegal weapons and chemical weapons that USA sent to them. Over 860 families right now were removed from the civil registry. Right now, the people in Gaza, they separate their families because they don't want their families to be removed from the civil registry. It's just really hard to see my people, they're dying and I can't do anything about it. I can't go to Gaza and fight. And also, it's just really hard for me.
We love you, we love you, we love you,
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea,
Palestine
Thank you so much.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Thank you. The next speaker I'd like to introduce is Laura Hulk. Laura Hulk is a Christian pastor ordained in the Lutheran Church and working in the United Church. She has committed her life to ways of peace and the repudiation of violence. She first visited Palestine in 1998 and has made 2 subsequent peace trips. She's met Yasser Arafat and members of the Israeli Knesset and attended peace rallies in Ramallah and Abu Dis. She is the co-author of Walking Jesus' Path of Peace, Living Faithfully in a Violent World. I must say also, we recognize the United Church has been one of those organizations that has taken a very strong stance in favor of Palestine. So please welcome Laura Hulk, everybody.
Thank you. The Lutheran World Federation also, we have 6 churches in the Holy Land in Jordan, so we stand unequivocally with Palestine. We also remember that Jesus was a Palestinian Jew. We are in it together. Our first duty in this life is to love one another, to care for one another, and to learn to live side by side, to be kind and to be humble, to share our resources and our gifts, to value and honor the land of which we are a part, and to learn together to grow in peace. These are major themes of all the world's religions, including Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. It is the goal and the job of our religions to teach us a song of a future that we do not live yet, placing our hope in the God who is the God of us all. So our church, Russell, my friend's back there, we learned a new song. It's from Rafi. Rafi writes children's music and sings about world peace. So I want to teach you a song, and then I want to challenge you to go look up Rafi. You can look up this song online and learn the verses as well. R-A-F-F-I. Ready? Very simple. Salam, shalom. Salam, shalom. Side by side we live. Salam, shalom. Salam, shalom. Salam, shalom. Side by side we sing. Shalom, shalom. So first live and then sing. And our goal here is to get those guys singing. You know, those are our siblings, right? Our job is to call them to be better Jews. You ready? Salam, shalom. Salam, shalom. Side by side we live. Salam, shalom. Salam, shalom. Salam, shalom. Side by side we sing. Shalom, shalom. Salam, shalom. Salam, shalom. Side by side we live. Salam, shalom. Salam, shalom. Salam, shalom. Side by side we sing. Salam, shalom. And while we call ourselves to higher human values, we must also call a thing what it is. What is happening in Gaza is genocide. What has been happening in Palestine for decades is genocide. You got it. It is remarkable to me that atrocities have been committed and apparently sanctioned by the world for decades by a government that was founded to protect other people who have been victims of genocide themselves.
Yes.
As if one genocide justifies another. I am an ordained Christian pastor in the Lutheran Church in America, in the States. I was called to Canada by the Evangelical Lutheran Church in Canada, and I am a church worker for the United Church of Canada. And all of these churches, along with the World Council of Churches, have called for immediate ceasefire. Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
To my Christian friends across the street, I say you are acting against the will of your church. And to you all, I say the government of Israel is not a religious institution. It is not. It hides behind religion while it builds walls and cages, steals people's land, bulldozes their homes, rips their trees out of the ground, denies access to water, food, travel, healthcare, and education. It hides behind religion while it bombs Gaza to rubble, while it picks off civilians with sniper rifles, while it murders reporters, while it occupies hospitals and starves people to death. This is not good religion. And here's the funny thing to me. To those who would say that Hamas started this, I would say this. What has Israel done during times of ceasefire to restore Palestinian lands? What has Israel done during times of ceasefire to restore Palestinians' dignity? What has Israel done to restore Palestinian human rights? You know what they do? They wait. They wait. They wait until Palestinians are so frustrated that they launch rockets to get the world's attention so that they can justify the continuation of a systematic destruction of Palestinian infrastructure, culture, and daily life. It's genocide. I have personally seen the destroyed police station in Ramallah. I have personally visited Calgary and seen the wall that completely surrounds it. That wall has stolen the sunset from people. It has stolen 17 artesian wells and all of their agricultural land. Israel built that wall right down Main Street of Calgary because they can. They separated one side of the main street from another as if to say, wait, there's more. I've personally seen the Palestinian forest outside of Bethlehem confiscated. It was razed to make way for Israeli settlements on occupied Palestinian land. The settlements have been built in blatant violation of UN Resolution 242 that says no occupying force shall build permanent structures on occupied land. I have personally seen olive fields reduced to fields of stumps, trees cut and ripped out of the ground, and the beautiful voices of taxi drivers that used to stand outside the old city of Jerusalem with their chant of Ramallah, 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 Ramallah. They have been silenced long ago because Palestinian access between their two beloved cities has been denied. I've seen pop-up checkpoints and I've held vigil with Israeli peacekeepers grandmothers who call themselves Menachem Watch, grandmothers watching their Israeli soldiers at checkpoints so that they will treat each other well. I have witnessed the unfolding of a slow and steady cultural, religious, political, and physical genocide that has escalated again in these last few months to put on display for the whole world a reign of terror, horror, destruction, and murder. We must call a thing what it is. What is it? And we're called to be better people. We're called to be better human beings. We're called to lift up our human values for all those who are gathered here, for all those who struggle in Gaza, in Palestine, and the West Bank, and for our siblings across the street who think this is a threat to them. And so we join together to sing again. Salam, shalom, salam, shalom. Side by side we live, salam, shalom. Salam, shalom, salam, shalom. Side by side we sing, shalom, shalom. The God of all peace be with you and all the people of the world. Thank you.
Free, free! Free, free! We've got one more speaker, but just before that, a couple things I want to say. First of all, you've heard from the United Church. You're all in organizations, you're all in community associations, unions, professional associations, student groups. You need to be going into those groups and getting resolutions in support of Palestine, resolutions in support of BDS, resolutions in support of a ceasefire. This is the time, and there is support everywhere. You will find support where you go, and we need you all to be leading in bringing the support of this entire society against this genocide. That's the first thing. Second thing, I hope the people down at the street can hear me. I just want to make a reminder to people. It is very important that we not get into any physical altercations with the other side. Not because they're not a bunch of characters, but because they are trying to create a narrative where this conflict, where this issue is a threat to people in this country, is a threat to Jewish communities in this country, that this is a conflict around ethnic tension rather than a genocidal occupation apartheid regime. And for us to get into a physical altercation with them here would be a gift to them. It would be a gift to that narrative. So I'm asking if people can maintain discipline. Do not let those racist genocide supporters get on your nerves. They're not worth the time. And I just want to let people know, I know there was some confusion about when this was supposed to start. It was originally at 3 o'clock and then we moved it back to 2. The reason why is because the Zionists had booked the plaza during our normal slot up until 3. So we said we'll go there until 3. Well, they canceled their booking, and what we heard from the booking people was that the reason was because they couldn't find enough people to fill this space. They could not find enough people to stand for genocide, and they had to let us have it. So don't give them anything. They don't deserve it. All right, the next speaker is somebody from an organization that we all know well, does not need any introduction at this point. People that we are proud to say stand with us as our Jewish cousins. Independent Jewish Voices, and welcome Ryan Hoffman from Independent Jewish Voices, everybody.
Oki, Shalom, Assalamu Alaikum. I really don't have anything to add to what Saima and Wissam have said. They've said such good things. Please listen to Saima and Wissam, is what I just said. Okay, I was born to Jewish parents and raised in Calgary's Jewish community, including going to Jewish schools, going on the 1996 March of the Living, which included a survey course on the Nazi genocide, the Shoah, and a week in Israel. I put forward my background because I'm speaking on behalf of Independent Jewish Voices, Again, I'm not wearing any religious clothing to identify myself, and it just might help for appearances that I state I am in fact a Jew. Unfortunately, having Jewish speakers has done nothing to protect this group from charges of hate speech against Jews. There was a IJV speaker the day that Wissam was egregiously charged by the Calgary Police Service for hate speech. The Calgary Police Service decided to criminalize a particular slogan in order to silence a powerful voice for Gaza and for the rightful inhabitants of the West Bank. But this group spoke up. This group did something. This group came together to pressure the justice system to do the right thing. So how can we build a louder voice? How can we put more pressure on this justice system for Palestine, for human rights, for human dignity? Solidarity. Simon mentioned it right off the start. Solidarity with Indigenous people. Solidarity with two-spirited people. Trans and queer people. Solidarity with unhoused people. Solidarity with black people. Solidarity with these communities means not including or welcoming the police in our organizing. They are not here to keep us safe. They're here to protect public property and the interests of the state. Solidarity with these communities means that there's two Wissams you may have missed that I would like to mention. I'm referring to Adora Noifor, that's NWOFOR, and Taylor McNally. Two important local organizers for human rights and human dignity, and who've had similar horribly stupid charges stacked up on them. This stacking of charges is a tactic that we cannot tolerate. So, I'd like you all to look up on social media, Stop the Stack, YYC. Maybe you can chant with me, Stop the Stack. 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 Stop the Stack, YYC. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Are you all ready to march? All right, we're going to take a few minutes to set up. We've been asked to remind people there will be a house of prayer here for those who go.
Raise your keffiyeh.
Raise them up so people can see him, yeah? This keffiyeh is a symbol. It's a symbol of the Palestinian resistance. Wear it proudly and raise it proudly and wear it everywhere you go. Let this country see that there are people here who reject the Zionist narrative, people here who reject the genocide and who stand with freedom. Let them see it. Raise it high, everybody. All right, can we get everyone who has banners to make their way to the front of what will be the march, just down by the train line there. Everyone, please stay behind the banner.